Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer and moved to Arsenal. First of all, let's say enough respect goes out to our boy Olivier Giroud. What a fantastic performance last night, scoring 2 goals at the Euros as France defeated Iceland 5-2. And you've got to say at the moment that one of the best strikers at this tournament is Olivier Giroud. I think that's 3 in the tournament for him. A whole host of assists. You know, he's really had an effect on games. Man of the match last night. And if we was probably looking at the tournament and saying, strikers that we could possibly sign. You know, if we didn't already have Giroud, we'd probably be here sitting there considering Giroud. I mean, so many fans have been saying to me, what about Milik, for instance, from Poland? But Giroud scored more than him. He's been much more clinical. He's had more assists. You know, Giroud is a very good player, but we all know that alongside him, we need that next notch striker. That's what we lack. And if we could get that, I mean, look at our squad. Look at our players that are performing at the Euros. Aaron Ramsey, been one of the best midfielders in the tournament. Mesut Ozil, been one of the best midfielders in the tournament. Laurent Koscielny, been one of the best defenders in the tournament. And then you look at our team, Granit Xhaka, again, one of the best midfielders at the tournament. You start to say to yourself, you know what? We've got some very, very good players. We just need to add that little bit more, few world-class players, and we can really compete this season. And this is what it is really showing you. But well done to Olivier Giroud, and congratulations to France. Through to the final, through to the semi-final, where they'll play Germany. Giroud up against and Koscielny up against Mesut Ozil in that semi-final. That should be really interesting. But the matter at hand is, who are we getting? Well, we've bought someone already. You all saw it yesterday. Arsenal announcing that they'd agreed to sign Takuma Asano. Yeah, I know you didn't get very excited. 21 years of age. He plays for a club called Sanfrecce Hiroshima. The J-League Rookie of the Year. J-League, of course, the league over there in Japan. J-League Rookie of the Year in 2015. And he will probably be playing for Japan as well in the Olympics this year. And all of this seems to suggest to me, coupled with the fact that Arsene Wenger even said in his statement that he's one for the future, shows me that he's not the main sort of striker that they're looking to buy. Well, I am hoping so much, because, you know, if he's one for the future, if he's going to play in the Olympics as well, he's not going to be ready for the start of the season when Arsenal plays. So he's either going to be a fringe player, or, as has been suggested, he may be a player that's sent out on loan as soon as he joins Arsenal. Let's hope he's better than some of the players that we've bought from that region in the past. But we're going to have to wait and see. We don't want to judge him because, you know, J-League Rookie of the Year, he must be a good player. There were a lot of clubs as well also in for him. But what about that real top-class striker that we all desire? Well, we're being linked today with Gonzalo Higuain. Nobody would argue with the signing of this guy. 36 goals last season. Now, we saw the other day that a statement that his team released that they're not renewing their contract that they currently have with Napoli that ends in 2018. And Emmanuel Giallini, all right, I know, not the most reliable source in the world, but he's come out and he said that apparently he's heard that Arsenal have been in contact with Higuain's brothers about his availability right now. Now, we know that his brothers, by the way, act as his agents. We know that from when we were trying to deal with them before. The whole Higuain thing. We should have signed Higuain a couple of years ago. Went cold on Higuain. Went in for Luis Suarez. That didn't work out. Higuain, we lost him to Napoli. And then he's gone to Napoli and he's been outstanding since. And you just think to yourself, you know, in a season like last year when we needed goals, Gonzalo Higuain would have been perfect. He is a goal scorer, a goal poacher. He's perfect for Arsenal. Him and Giroud competing up front or even playing together up front. Higuain and Alexis Sanchez. I mean, you know, these are the sort of players that I would really like to see at Arsenal. But how much will it cost when you see guys like Batshuayi going to Chelsea for 35 million, a youngster unproven, and you've got a guy that scored 36 goals last season. It's Napoli who are very hard to deal with. It's going to be a lot of money, but Arsenal got the kahunas to start shelving out those sort of big money that it takes to get a world-class striker. This is what we're going to find out this summer. But Gonzalo being linked today. It's also Ricardo Rodriguez, who, again, is another player we've been linked with for a very long time. Now that the Euros are finished, a lot of people are asking what's happening with that. He had a release clause that run out on July the 1st. And a lot of speculations being, well, that's it, Arsenal blown it. They've missed the opportunity to sign this guy. Left back who plays for Wolfsburg at the moment. His release clause was 25 million euros. And the speculation was, that's it, it's done, it's dusted. However, we're being told today that Wolfsburg would still be, up for selling him for maybe even less than the release clause, just as long as they get a decent amount of money for him, and that Arsenal still may be interested in him. He looked very, very decent, without being spectacular, I have to say, in the Euros. Very good friends of Granit Xhaka. Sometimes when guys are a couple of guys in a team where they're good mates, helps them both to gel quickly. Will Arsenal move for him? That will mean that Monreal or Kieran Gibbs, which will more likely be Kieran Gibbs, will have to leave the club. It's going to be an interesting one to see what happens. But Ricardo Rodriguez being linked today. And finally, Mikel Arteta. Of course, he left the club. He's he's been at the club for a long time, been a great servant. Remember when he left, he left in tears, literally. Well, tears have dried up pretty quickly, and he's now joined Manchester City. It was rumoured for a long time. It has actually happened. He's joined Manchester City. Pep Guardiola up there as part of the coaching team. I think we've kind of missed out again here, because everything I've heard about Mikel Arteta over the years from people at Arsenal, they've always said to me, Robbie, this guy, he's a leader. This is why he was captain. When a lot of fans used to be like, whoa, sorry, Arteta's a captain. People used to say to me, nah, listen, he's a leader. He's a leader on the pitch and a leader off the pitch. He's disciplined. He's a guy that, he's just a proper leader. And we've lost him now to Manchester City. He's going to work under Pep Guardiola. He said it's an opportunity. There's no way he could turn it down. After working for Arsene Wenger for 5 years, the opportunity to then work with Pep Guardiola, you can understand it. And you know what, I wish him all the best. Hopefully not too good that they win the league or anything, but I wish him all the best. Maybe one day could return to Arsenal as a manager. But Mikel Arteta has joined Manchester City as a coach. Now let's get into your comments from yesterday. I have to say the general tone was people not very happy with the signing of the Japanese international. They want big signings. Clarence Ong says business first, trophy second, fans third. This is Arsenal Football Club. Wow. And you know what? That was being reflected by quite a lot of fans yesterday in the general things they were saying. Tariq says United get Ibrahimovic, Chelsea get Batshuayi, and Arsenal get Asano. And he sort of does that, like he sums that up. Coy says, look, that Xhaka signing was made early so to convince season ticket holders to renew their tickets. Since then, since there was fear that lots were going to move in a different direction and not going to renew, he said, they panicked, they got a mediocre... Rewind. He said, what we'll do now is we will panic and get a mediocre striker and a defender on the last day of the window. That is Arsenal's business. And Scouting for FIFA finally says, and this is something that came up time and time again in the comments, seems like another marketing exercise, signing Takuma Asano. And that, a lot of people... I think it's a bit... too cynical to say that. We don't know. This guy could be a good player. As somebody reminded me yesterday, Okazaki, who played for Leicester, he's come from the Japanese league and he was an excellent player last season. So let's see what happens. But I don't think you're too excited with the signing of Asano. If I was announcing Higuain now, I think the place would be jumping. That's the sort of signing that Arsenal really need to get us back on track. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back round about the same time tomorrow.